So we could think about the challenge and the responsibility of Chinese young scientists. Before that, we have to know two things. The first of all, actually, in China, we define young scientist is younger than 45 years old. Secondly, actually, the challenge and the responsibility of young scientists is quite related to the revaluation course of higher education. I will show you actually why. Actually, what happened in the last 20 years for higher education in China. So this figure shows the change of gross enrollment rate in higher education after reception of college entrance examination. So in 1978, only 1.5 people have the chance to go into a university. But in 2015, almost half of the people could have a chance to go into a university. So what's this meaning? From this figure, then you can imagine. So for example, we take 2000 as an example. We have only 5 million students in a university. In 2015, we already have 28 million students in a university. On the one hand, actually in China, the education already changed from any education to popularization education. On the other hand, you could imagine we need a lot of faculties in very short time. So for this figure, we show the number of staff and full-time teachers in universities. So in 1999 is around 1 million, and in 2014 is more than 2 million. So in 15 years, so the staff in the university increased 2 times, and the number already number 1 in the world. So what's this meaning? So which means in 15 years, many young scientists become a faculty in the university. So in 2014, if we look at this figure, 17% faculty in the university is younger than 45 years old. So young scientists play more and more important role due to the rapid expansion of faculty in Chinese universities. So what's the responsibility of young scientists there? I think there are a lot. I just list 4 in my opinion. The first is the original innovation. This we do need that to solve the challenges which we meet today. The second one is the technology transfer. This is also quite important. Actually, recently we have big argument in this issue in China. The third one is the cultural inheritance. This is also very important. The last one will be the globalization. So over the past years, as I mentioned before, many talents went back to China. Actually, a number of original achievements, such as quantum communication, high temperature iron-based superconductor, and so on, had been achieved. Because for these 2 achievements actually were needed by professors who come back from abroad. But we still have a long way to go. For example, for automobile, many parts of automobile actually are dependent on import with a high cost of $37 billion. Why? The reason is that we lack of core technology. So if we want to change from made in China to created in China, we have to focus on the key technology. Here I show you one example. In China, the OFO and the Mobike, there are 2 companies to share a bike, are very popular, which means we don't need to have our own bike. We can use our mobile phone in the street. We can open whatever, any basic, then you can take it. So which is one kind of innovation But let's say it's just some business model. It's not the technology innovation. So for young scientists, I think we should be independently innovative and master core technology. This is something we do need instead of business model. Secondly, will be the technology transfer. So now the number of Chinese international scientific publications already ranked second in the world. And the number of international patent applications and also association at the world, we ranked third. Actually, also the increase amount is very high in China. But if we look at the patent quality from 2001 to 2009 of China is very low compared to other countries. So actually now in China, there are big argument because now many people complain that our government actually invests a lot of funding to support the publication and patent. But for a key technology, we still didn't, let's say, control a lot. The main reason actually is the low conversion rate, which means a lot of achievements is sleeping in the lab. It didn't go into the market. So now our government want to change this situation. Now the policy become very flexible. For example, if a young scientist gets some very nice results in the lab and has a potential for commercialization, so this young scientist allowed to quit, but the university will keep this position for you. Then you go to the industry to stay 3 or 5 years, whatever, but maybe you failed. But you still can come back to your previous university because the position is still there. So I think since that, many young scientists start to launch their own company to try to do more about the technology transfer. So the third responsibility is cultural inheritance. So for this, I will talk about the scientific style. This included scientific popularization, scientific communication, and scientific education. I think the most important is the scientific popularization. I think there is also something for young scientists in China didn't do well because we have so high pressure for publication and for funding. We don't have so much time to do that, but we have to do that because the mission of scientific popularization is a scientist. Let's do our responsibility. I think the last one is globalization. It's not only promote China's scientific research in the front foot of the world. Also, we should promote the China develop as more international way. I could share an example with you. I have a very good friend who is from Germany. So in 2000, he already went to China in Chinese Academy of Science. He was a professor there. And he often talked with me. He had a big problem for funding because he cannot write a proposal in Chinese. So he can only get the funding source from like international collaboration project, but he cannot get, or at least it's very difficult for him to get the funding from like Nature National Science Foundation because he have to write the proposal in English and his colleague need to transfer the English to Chinese. It's difficult for him. So we have, as I mentioned before, in our generation, many actually young scientists with a background studying abroad, we do need to promote the development of it. So for a challenge, I also want to share something just in my opinion. The first one is a very, very high competition now because it has attracted a lot of overseas scholars from different ages and levels to realize their dreams through various forms in China. So now we face the challenges at different levels. The first level is at national level. So we do need technology innovation, which means we're under very high pressure, not only for publication, but also for technology transfer. For personal level, so now more quantity and high quality young scientists in China, but the funding and the research source is limited. So for young scientists under very, very high pressure to get enough funding. The last point is that I show you this finger before. You look actually the number of students in university from 2000 to 2010 increased very sharply, which means many universities open a lot of positions at that time. But after 2010, the number of students already become stable. So which means after that, there will have much less position open. So which means for young scientists has even stronger competition now. The second challenge is to build a team. I mentioned many young scientists come back to China. Also, even for domestic talents, also have a chance to become a professor at a younger age than before. But at that age, it's very difficult to build a team, not only because of the money. A good scientist does not mean you can become a good group leader. They are much different. So in March, a German professor come to visit our institute. So I talked with him. So he worried about and told me he worried about actually the research of China one day will beyond Germany. So he worried about, and he said two reasons. So her first reason, he said many young scientists actually come to Germany. So for these people actually they know how German people do research, but very few German people go to China. So for a young generation in Germany, they have no idea what happened in China. The first reason. The second reason, he said actually in Germany, it's impossible to get a professor position, let's say before 14 years old. And at that age, so you already not as active as a young scientist. So, but for young scientists, if you want to build your team at a very younger age, is really a challenge. Not only because of money, you need to know a lot of things. You need to deal with different kind of people, especially in China. So the last challenge is how to balance of work and life. So we have to face technology innovation and family and health. So more than 60 of young scientists work more than 15 hours a week. I think in Japan it's quite similar because I know in our lab also work quite long time. So for most of young scientists, actually the health condition is not so good. Only 10% is under very good condition. It's because for young scientists, they don't have time to do sports. I think this is true because I like play football. Before I come back to China, I play it twice per week. Now I play it 2 times per half year. So you can imagine that's so much different. So I have to say, also we have to face various challenges, both at the national level and the personal level. But I have to say, actually, this is the best of times for young Chinese scientists. If you have enough ability, if you work hard enough, you can really realize your dream.